Hey guys, we're having another one-day seminar that I'll be teaching November 20th in the Los Angeles area. It's a Friday. We'll give the details later this week. And we'll also have an early bird special as a discount so we can get an idea how many people are going to show up. Hello, this is Mitch King with the Sunday evening, September 20th, 2009 Daily Stock Report. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Here's a look at the Dow Jones 30 Industrial Average. Market's still up on Friday. We've had a really bullish run in the last 2 weeks. The buy on the dip pattern is still working very well, and we don't expect that to change on the next dip. So if you look at this pattern for months, actually you can go back for 6 months, and you'll see the market is buying on the dips, partially because the market's been so oversold from last fall's from September, October through January's correction, as well as the economic indicators or the data is starting to look more favorable. And even just a week or two ago, Bernanke is saying technically the recession could be over. Here's the NASDAQ Composite. Like I've been saying for some time now that this has been a more bullish index with the NASDAQ stocks. NASDAQ stocks have a 4-digit letter on the stock symbol. Stocks like Apple Computer, Baidu, Google, 4-letter stock symbols. And here's the S&P 500. We're expecting some sort of a slight, gradual, maybe a very shallow pullback at some point. It could look something like this. And then we would be looking to buy on the dip there again and then see potentially higher highs from there. This market is still buy on the dip unless it changes otherwise. One of the clues that you could see a potential problem is if there's a big spike down, very big, and that could be changing the pattern. One of those spikes that I thought was going to cause a change in behavior was that big down day when the Chinese announced some sort of announcement out of China that was negative. But one of the clues were when the market stopped going down for a couple of days in a row and just started heading up, there was the buy on the dip signal that I was looking for to go back in, which we posted on the newsletter for a lot of these long positions, which we sold a lot of them too early, and we have a balance of select short positions as well. Let's take a look at a handful of stocks that we posted, and they're highlighted in yellow of PEP, which is Pepsi. Been really strong the last week or so. Been kind of a dead stock, pretty flat for a period of 3 or 4 months here, with a slight uptrend actually. And if you look at its companion stock, or rather its main arch rival, Coca-Cola, this has been really strong here on this uptrend here in the last 3 weeks. So Pepsi's been kind of a slow laggard compared to Coca-Cola. And unfortunately, we didn't keep our Coca-Cola stock long. Here's Prudential, life insurance company. Had a couple down days, but still in a nice uptrend. Still a hold here. Let's take a look at Starbucks. And it's on a nice uptrend. Had a higher high the last 2 days. Real good sign. Kind of breaks open the idea that the market could continue to move up on this stock. And here's Google. Looks like a slight sell signal for a short-term basis if you guys were wanting to try to capture it, but we're thinking that this will continue to move higher in the weeks ahead. Apple Computer has been really strong, just a hot stock all year. Some of the financials are looking good. American Express. Let's look at its competitor MasterCard, which is a stock we put on as an intermediate stock idea tonight. Here's Bank America, Metropolitan Life. Also 2 down days along with Prudential. And let's take a look at Cardinal Health. We've got that literally at the bottom there. We love it when those analysts downgrade these stocks. And this is, just try to keep an eye on this one and see if it continues to move up. If it starts turning over, it's basically a Wiedersehen. Here's URI, United Rentals, on an uptrend, still doing good. Here's VVUS, a short sale that we've got here, had a favorable mention in an article. A little dangerous to be holding this open when it pops up like that. Remember, this stock has moved from 6 to 13 on, this is the fat diet drug stock. And they mentioned that in an article that this is one of the 3 fat diet drugs that are in application or that they're developing. One of them is not going to work out. So I'm a little surprised that this one went up when they said the track record for approving fat diet drugs are very low. So that tells you the market's very speculative and very bullish when they're pumping these things up. Here's ATPG, ATP Oil and Gas. This has not been following the typical bull short model where it's correcting perfectly after the original move up on the parabolic curve on volume here, as well as on the stock price here. It did correct here initially here and then just zoomed up to higher highs. So this one's a lot tougher one, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I keep pushing you guys to do opening a short positions really gradually and never get leveraged on these any type of stock position, especially these bull shorts, because they can really be hard to handle. Looks like eventually this should break down and start correcting. Here's that Estee Lauder stock we mentioned on Wednesday night. It's either Wednesday or Thursday night, and I've been trying to get a lower price, but it just went up without me, so I basically missed the boat on that one. Hopefully some of you guys got that. And here's another small bull short called MGM, which is the casino and resorts. Not looking for a huge profit potential here, maybe under $12. Looking for 12 to 15% profit on this in the next couple weeks. Want to cover MasterCard, been a real nice strong uptrend. Try to follow, this is listed as an intermediate trade idea. I like to compare a stock also, which you guys all know is Visa, also on an uptrend, but MasterCard's a lot better trading stock and position, a lot stronger of a stock. Let's pull up another one, SPDE. This is a swing trade on the long side. Strongly recommend you guys to let this drop a little more. Wait till it gets under 5, maybe 4.80 or 5, and then look for an entry somewhere in the 4s. I want to cover one more stock, NANO. This is the bull short that we had for the last couple weeks. This is the daily chart on it, where you can see the acceleration of the stock price on a parabolic curve. I don't have the volume chart on here, but it also looks something like that. And you guys who've gotten the Wizard Training course has seen that this is one of the patterns we look for. And what I want to talk to you about is this spike up right down here. And let's take a look at a closer chart on it with 6 days of history on it. Okay, what I want to talk to you about is when we get close to this target price, I originally thought it was going to be $6, which it hit. Then after it kept breaking down this last week, I was thinking that this could break down into well below $6. My point, what I wanted to cover here is when these stocks, when these bull shorts correct and they get close to that target price to cover, oftentimes these take off like that and they start moving up. And it's very conceivable to see this one move up a little bit higher over $8 and then start a series of corrections to a lower low, and that's often what these do. So in this case, when it came from a high of 866 we're short at, it went up to 888, and then it came down to about $6, 605 on Thursday afternoon late, as well as Friday morning. You don't ride these out. Don't ride them out. Just go ahead and take your money. Just try to be flexible with those target prices. You got to just say, well, it's not going to hit there. I'll cover it and take my profits from there. And then look at it to enter another short, maybe somewhere around here, 8 to 820, 8 1/4. Very possible in the next few days. And then give you a second opportunity to short that. So you guys take care. Put the odds in your favor. Don't leverage your accounts. Everything in small positions, and you'll be a lot more consistent at making money. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.